The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for high school basketball action here on WCMP. Tonight we'll see the Pine City Dragons getting set to take on the Braham Bombers. Tip-off is coming your way shortly, but now we send it to the court for the pregame. And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are just waiting on Huddle right now to upload its camera feed, and if it does not here just after this 7 o'clock hour, I will be going out and grabbing the rest of my camera equipment to make sure that we can get set up and ready for this basketball game. As you heard in that game open between there it is, we finally got video. We are ready for this game between the Braham Bombers and your homestanding Pine City Dragons here in tonight's Great River Conference basketball action between these two teams here inside Pine City High School. I was wondering, was I going to have to run out and get the camera equipment? But looks like we'll be okay. Looks like the huddle was just scheduled for 7 p.m. here this evening, so I was getting a little bit worried. I didn't want to come live without having that up, but I had a good feeling that it would get started at 7 o'clock as it did. But I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, and I'll be bringing you all the action from tonight's game here inside Pine City High School between the Braham Bombers and the Pine City Dragon. This girls basketball matchup set to be a good one. This is probably one of the better matchups of the year that we are going to see between these two teams. Pine City and Braham have not yet played each other on the season, but tonight it will be the first one of the evening, and man, it's going to be a good one here tonight, as again these two teams will play once again in a few weeks on Tuesday, February 7th over in Braham, but this should be a good one. The Braham Bombers coming into this game at 13-1. Of course, they play in Section 5A East, and they are sitting at second in that section at 13-1 and 6-1 in the section right now. As I mentioned, they are sitting in second, and that is behind Barnum, who is 13-1, but 3-0 in the section right now. Braham is a top 10 team in the state. They are ranked number 10 right now, and they are, again, one of the better teams in Section 5A, not just 5A, but in Class Single A. Of course, their one loss came against Nevis, and that was a 32-31 loss. So it wasn't like it was a major lopsided loss. Again, Nevis is one of the top teams in the state as well in Class Single A. They play in 5A West, actually, but this Braham team, my goodness, it is just different. It is a very good, very solid team, back to front, and I am excited for this one. They have a very good scoring margin, points in between themselves and their opponent. As we take a look at the Braham Bombers and their schedule, again, they score 61 points per game. 62 will round it up and give up 36. So that's a 26-point differential there for Braham on the season. And then we look over to Pine City, who scores 70, gives up about 53. That's a 17-point difference in between those two. So it's going to be an interesting one here tonight. Of course, this is a battle of the Great River Conference. Both teams come into this game undefeated in the Great River Conference, so it should be a good one. The closest game in the conference that Braham has had so far this year actually came against Rush City, 71-52. That was a 19-point victory there for the Tigers, or the Bombers, excuse me. Other than that, it has been mostly blowouts. Rush City, I guess, the first time they met was a 16-point win for Braham. So either way you look at it, Braham has just been on a tear this season. One loss, that came against Nevis earlier on in the season, and my goodness, what a season it has been for the Braham Bombers. I have not been able to call a game for their girls team yet as of up to this point, but now that we are here, this will be the first one, and I'm so very excited to see how these two teams play here tonight. Of course, it's been a while since I've actually called a girls basketball game as well, so I'm excited to see these two teams Braham, I know Adam Hefty, he has called quite a few of the Braham girls basketball games. He just says this team just feels and looks like the team to probably make a run this year, and let's hope that is true because, man, we love all of our local teams and we want them all to do so very well. Let's switch sides and go and take a look at the Holmes team here, which is Pine City, the Dragons. They are 8-5 on the season, 2-2 in their section, which is 6AA, and again, undefeated in the conference in their section. They sit at 6th behind Malacca, Kimball, Holdingford, Sauk Center, and Albany. They actually lost to Sauk Center and Albany, but plenty of chances for them to kind of come back and not necessarily, you can't really erase those losses, but kind of make up for them, so to speak, later on in the year. As I mentioned, they're 5-0 in the conference. They are 2-2 in the section, 8-5 overall. They've had a pretty tough schedule. As I mentioned, Sauk Center, and they've played Pequot Lakes and Albany, both teams who have been to state plenty of times. Then their other 2 losses are Goodhue and Esco, 2 other teams that have been to state plenty. So they are not playing just these teams that are just walkovers. They are playing teams that they will, if they make it to state, C in state, or in the section playoffs. Goodhue ranked, or believe it or not, they're ranked 4th in the state right now. Yeah, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Esco, they're a pretty darn good team as well. And then you go over and you take a look at Pequot Lakes and Albany. I mean, these are just great teams. Albany, 6th in the state right now at 12-1. And then we go, and look at Pequot Lakes, who is 5th. So they've played top 10. Almost all of their 5 losses have come against top 10 teams. And then we didn't even take a look at the Sauk Center, where Sauk Center is ranked. We didn't even look at them. So that just goes to show you how many teams that they've played that are just so very good. And they play another one here tonight in Braham, who is a top 10 team in Class Single A. So Pine City has their work cut out for them, but I'm so excited to see what Pine City can do here this evening at home against the Braham Bombers in this Great River Conference matchup. Again, it's been a while for me since I've called a girls basketball game. So excited that they're going to have a long home stretch to where I will be able to call these games, and I'm excited to call this one here tonight as well. The Braham Bombers sitting at 13-1, Pine City 8-5, and these 2 teams set to duke it out here inside Pine City High School. Of course, Pine City is led by their seniors, Ella Sell, Sophie Lottie, and Chloe Lind, those seniors. And then you also got Carly Jusak, who comes in, Summer Thiemann. I mean, you could go on and on about the young players that they have. Emma Belsheim, but they are just so good at doing things. They've got their big 3 that I think people like to call them in Sophie Lottie, Chloe Lind, and of course, Carly Jusak. There we go. Those are the big 3 for Pine City. So a lot of times they have a height advantage with those 3 because they're all at 6'1", I believe, maybe even pushing 6'2". And a lot of times they have the height advantage. And a lot of teams just sometimes can't overcome that. But I have a feeling Braham is going to make that a much different story here this evening. Again, I haven't called a Braham Bomber girls game yet this year, so I'll be interested to see what this team looks like, and especially against a good team like Pine City, I think that'll give them a good look at how things are going to look in the playoffs and how good they will be in the playoffs as well. We're just about set for tip-off here, but first we're going to get our starting lineups and our national anthem, and after that we will be set for tip-off. You're listening to girls basketball on 100.9 FM.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W Root Beer Freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Back here on 100.9 FM WCMP. Ethan Game Day Gilman will bring you the action here from tonight's Great River Conference matchup between the Braham Bombers and the homestanding Pine City Dragons. The Braham Bombers are head coached by Zach Loy, and their starting lineups look like this. Number 1, Madison Davis. Number 5, Julia Kunke. Number 14, Morgan Rysdam. Number 31, Sophia Johnson. And number 35, Nicole Duvernay. On the other side for the Pine City Dragons, who are head coached by Ted Haas. It'll be number 3, Ella Sell. Number 5, Sophie Latti. Number 12, Carly Jusak. Number 14, Chloe Lind. And number 30, Piper Metling. The Braham Bombers wearing their white away uniforms with the blue letters and numbers outlined in gold. The Pine City Dragons wearing their green home uniforms with their letters and white letters and numbers outlined in black. This is set to be a good one. I've been looking forward to this one here for the last week or so. Braham, again, only one loss to Nevis on the season. Pine City has played a absolutely terrifying schedule, not only in their section, but against top 10 teams in the state. 4 of their 5 losses are to teams who are top 10 in the state. In fact, actually, I think maybe all 5 of them might be all top 10 in the state as well at one point. So they have played a terrifying schedule, and And it doesn't get any easier tonight. It'll be a fun one here between these two teams. 18 minutes are up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. It's Lind and Kunke who will stand at center court for tip-off. And Lind is going to win it for the Dragons. It'll be LSL who has it, and she gives it off now to Lottie. Lottie on that far side elbow. Gives it all the way across court to Chloe Lind. Lind going to try and drive inside. Backs it out to LSL now in the near side corner. And that's Metling now in the far side corner. To Jusak, to LSL once again. Top of the key. She'll give it off to Jusak. Back to Lind. Lind looks to drive inside. Nice spin move. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Duvernay for the Bombers. And here come the Bombers. And this ball nearly stolen away there by LSL. It was Morgan Rysdam who had it and couldn't hold on to it as LSL was there trying to take it away. And it rolls out of bounds. That's touched by Braham. So Lottie will inbound to Jusak and then quickly back to Lottie. Lottie's got some quick moves as she gets up court now. Gives it off to Jusak on the far side. Now to Metling. Metling takes it to the top of the key. Gives it off to LSL. LSL in the far side corner for Chloe Lind. Lind, I think, wanted to go inside to Jusak, but it just wasn't open. Now to Metling. Metling on the near side elbow. Gives it to Lottie. It's nearly stolen away by by the Bombers, but Metling gets it back, and Lottie has it. She'll give it off to Metling on that far side. Metling dribbles, gives it off to Jusak now. Top of the key, goes inside to Lind. Lind, double team, gives it back outside to Metling for 3. That's good! Piper Metling gets the first points on the game here for the Pine City Dragons, and it's the Bombers who have it the other way. Trying to go inside now. I believe that's Sophia Johnson who gives it back here to Madison Davis. And now back on the near side to Morgan Rysdam. Kunke will hand it off to Morgan Rysdam. And now to Duvernay. Duvernay gives it off. And it rattles home for Morgan Rysdam for 2. Make it 3-2, the lead for Pine City with 16:10 to go and half number 1. Jusak takes it up the court, gives it off to LSL in the near far side corner, Lind has that one blocked, but they're going to get a foul call here on Duvernay, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. No, I think they called that on Sophia Johnson instead. It'll be her first, team's first, and Lind is at the line to shoot 2. First one, no good. 16:03 to go in this first half. So Lind will line up for the second one. Second one will rattle home. So Lind gets one of them to fall to make it 4-2. Clock runs, and that ball is going to be stolen away by LSL, and she gets it to Lottie, who will give it back to Sell. Sell now gives it off to Metling. Metling, top of the key, gives it off on the far side to Jusak. Jusak wanted to go inside. No, instead gives it off to LSL, who comes up just short on the shot. Duvernay right there for the rebound. Looks like she's going to be a nice presence down in the paint, trying to grab those rebounds. She has 2 of them so far. And this ball nearly stolen away by Lottie. Pass was intended for Kunke, but Lottie right there all over it. Great defense. So Madison Davis will get set to inbound here for the Bombers. She pumps one way, goes the other way, and it's stolen away by Piper Metling. She'll take it to the basket, put it up, and in for 2. Metling makes it 6-2, going across the court to Duvernay. Duvernay getting through some traffic, then just hands it back to Sophia Johnson. Johnson guarded well. She'll bounce past it all the way to Rysdam. Now to Kunke, back out to Rysdam. Now to Nicole Duvernay, who takes the shot, from the free throw line. Her shot is up. No good. It's Sophie Lottie who will grab the rebound. Now off to Lind. Lind trying to drive inside, and might have been a little bit of a soft call on the charge there, but again, you got to play to what the referees call. And referees get the charge there on Chloe Lind. Her first, team's first. So the Bombers inbound it here to Madison Davis, who takes it up on the near side Trying to drive inside on Lynn. Backs it out now to Rysdam. Rysdam goes all the way across court. Intended for Kunke. That's going to go overhead and out of bounds. A turnover there for the Bombers, and the ball will go back to the Dragons. So that throw just over everybody's head, and it finds its way out of bounds, and Dragons will start with it in the backcourt. Inbound pass to Lottie. Lottie looks to get around the defender. Now takes it inside. Tries to give it off to Metling, and her leg was kind of underneath someone, and it's taken away by Julia Kunke, who puts it up and in for two. Metling, I mean, it wasn't on purpose that the Braham Bomber had her leg. It's just kind of how the players fell that Metling couldn't get around. She couldn't get her foot out, and that's what led to the Kunke steal and two. This shot from LSL is no good, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duvernay. So the Dragons will get set to inbound. It's Lottie. Lottie will give it right away to Jusak. Jusak, a little bit of a step back, and it's up and in for two from Jusak. 8-4. 14-10 to go here in the first half. And this ball nearly stolen away by Lynn, and then taking it up the court is Davis. She almost tripped on her way through. Now she takes it. Nice pass there to Rysdam, but the shot is up no good. Rysdam going to get her own rebound. And a three from Duvernay is no good, and Lottie right there waiting for that one. And Lottie will slow things down just a tad, and she'll take it to the Dragon logo. She'll stop, get a screen from Metling. It doesn't work as the defender Rysdam does a good job of being there. Now to Jusak. Jusak now to Sell. Sell goes to the near side corner here to Lind. Lind, give it top key to Metling. Now over to Lottie. Lottie is going to jack up a three. College three is no good, but Jusak right there being a good teammate to bring it in. Almost like a pass. Makes it 10-4, under 13.5 to go. Lynn guarding Davis well, and Davis had nowhere to go. She couldn't even dribble the ball. She was in trouble, and a smart timeout there by the Bombers head coach, Zach Loy, just to kind of get his player out of a little bit of trouble she was in. Well, the Bombers used their first timeout here, the first half. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, under 13.5 minutes to go here. And the Dragons lead 10-4. Embrace Orthodontics. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. So far, it's been a pretty good back-and-forth game. The Dragons have just gotten more baskets to fall up to this point, and I think if you're Pine City, you're okay with how the offense is rolling right now. You can see they want to try and work that ball inside, but the Braham Bombers are doing a great job of guarding underneath the basket, not allowing the Dragons to drive too deep inside. Guarding pretty well underneath the basket. I do see one of the players we won't see tonight is Emma Belsheim. She is in some street clothes, as is Brooke Bolin, so either of them will be playing here this evening. Hopefully they're okay, and hopefully they're not injured. So timeout is over. Both teams are back onto the court, and the Bombers will get to inbound. It's Madison Davis who inbounds, and she's going to be double-teamed again, in trouble, but she nice job to dribble out of it. Now she works up the court, kind of a 3-on-2 opportunity, but this is right in the hands of Metling, and then right in the hands of Kunke, and she gets it to fall. Wow. Kunke with a great awareness there to be just keep an eye out of where that ball was, and standing right there waiting for it. Lind has it now to Metling. Metling could have shot the three, instead pulls it down, gives it off to Sell, now to Lind. Lind goes across the court to Lottie. Lottie pulls it down. She drives to the free throw line, now to Piper Metling. She won't take the three, now she gives it to Sell. Sell tries to drive inside. She nearly lost it, and she'll give it back to Metling. Metling, she's going to try and drive inside. She stops, gives it off to Lind, who's just off the mark, and Jusak, who swats it away, gets the rebound, and she's fouled. But she'll go to the line and shoot two. 10-6 is the lead, and Jusak will go to the line to shoot two. This one's going to be on Kunke, Julia Kunke. Very good player. I was able to watch her play volleyball a few times this year. Very, very talented athlete. Jusak's first one rattles home. To make it 11-6, we do get a couple substitutions. Number 4 and 23 check in for Braham. That is Emily Davis and Alex Rysdam. So no good on the second one there from Jusak, and She'll make one of two. I believe that was Davis who got the rebound and now gives it off here to Emily Davis. Getting it to Kunke. Kunke underneath the basket. Tries to put it up over Lottie. No good. Lottie with the rebound. Gets it down to Lind, and Lind can't corral it cleanly, but she'll get this one up and in for two. Chloe Lind, a nice basket there and a great pass. By Lottie. So here come the Bombers quickly up the court. It's Rysdam who nearly had it stolen away. Great job to get it away from the defender. Now off to Kunke. Kunke wanted to go the one way, and she shakes it off, but then goes all the way across court to Davis. Davis looking to drive inside. She stops, gives it off to Kunke, who is right underneath the basket, and gets that one to fall. Got to know where Kunke is at all times on defense. She will make you pay for leaving her open like that. Jusak gives it off here to Lottie, and she can't get that one to fall. Starting a little slow tonight as this one is stolen away by the Dragons. It'll end up in the hands of Lind. Now to Jusak, to Lind again for three. That's no good. Can't seemingly get the three ball to go, and it's Jusak who gets the rebound to LSL. No good. And rebound this time taken by Emily Davis. Emily Davis will get the pass from Madison Davis, who will give it off to Kunke on the far side. Now to Madison Davis. Davis will stand, give it to Kunke. Now inside to Duvernay. Duvernay pauses, gives it to Kunke. Now to Madison Davis. Davis on the far side. And it looks like she might just hand it to Emily Davis, but that's not going to happen as great defense. And now she'll give it off here to Alex Rysdam. Rysdam has a lane, and that lane closed quickly. She'll now give it to Duvernay. Duvernay will give it to Kunke and to Madison Davis on the far side. Davis trying to drive inside, but the defense very good. And now back to Emily Davis. Braham's going to be patient and try and set up something. They're not worried about rushing anything. This one poked out by Jusak, nearly stolen away by Lynn. And now Kunke's going to take it to the basket. And a rare miss there from Kunke, but it is out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. And checking in here for the Dragons is number 4, Mallory Klepper. Klepper checks in for the Dragons, and it's Sunny Lilly checking in for the Bombers. This ball nearly stolen. It is going to be stolen away by Klepper, and to LSL, who puts it up and in for two. Quickly down the court to Alex Rysdam, yes, and that ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Braham. And Dragons struggling getting that transition defense going. They have left the Braham players wide open so far on a lot of these transition plays, and that was one of them right there. Klepper will get the inbound, and now she'll give it back to Lottie. Lottie takes it up the court on the near side. Trying to drive, she gets double teamed, gives it back to Mallory Klepper. Klepper now to Sell. Sell pauses, and she'll give it back to Lottie. Lottie gives it to Jusak, now inside to Lind. Lind's shot is up, no good. Maybe an ill-advised shot there from Lind as Emily Davis is going to get the rebound and quickly up the court. Here come the Bombers. It's Sophia Johnson for three. That's no good. And Lottie just does a good job of boxing out the defender, watching it dribble on the line, and it will go back to the Dragons. 15-8 is the Dragon lead with under 10 minutes to go. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, Lottie will get set to inbound. She'll give it off to Mallory Klepper, who gives it right back to Lottie. Lottie gets a screen, will head to the other side of the court. That's the far side. Now she's going to be double-teamed, and I think she's going to see a lot of that this year. The Division I player headed off to UW Green Bay. Play for that great Division I program, and she is going to get her fair share of double teams, and that shot was blocked from behind, but Jusak was right there, basically just waited for it to fall into her lap, and she puts it back up and in for two. Here come the Bombers. This time the Dragons are kind of ready, and LSL will get the steal. LSL takes it to the basket. She gets it to fall. That one looked like it was going to fall out, but it fell inwards and through, and it's 19-8 in favor of Pine City. Even though it's an 11-point lead, Braham, it almost feels like a one-point game. Oh, and then a foul here called on Pine City. Dragons don't agree. I didn't see it, so I can't comment on it, so I won't say anything. So a foul here. I think they got it. They're going to call it on Jusak. Her first, team second. Each team has 2 team fouls. Oh, she went back and over. Yep, she dribbled the ball on the other side of the half-court line. You could see as she got the inbound, she was kind of on her heels, almost falling backwards. And then as she dribbled to kind of regain her composure, she dribbled that ball across the line, which is an over and back, and she was confused. But, yeah, that's a tough one. She was just trying to regain her composure and her footing, and unfortunately dribbled it back across the line for an over and back. Now LSL has it for the Dragons. On the other side, no good on the three-point shot. It's rebounded here by Emily Davis. Nicole Duvernay checks back in for Sunny Lily. Braham will get to inbound once again. Madison Davis stands out of bounds, and she'll look to inbound. Fakes one way. Oh, and then over the head of Nicole Duvernay, but right there, being good backup is Emily Davis. She'll give it off to Madison Davis. Fakes one way, goes the other. Looking for a shot that's well over everybody, and her teammate, Alex Rysdam, right there waiting for it, and now off to Emily Davis. Her shot is up and good. And the Braham Bombers have just had some wide open lanes to dribble through, and if you're Pine City, that is going to hurt. And then a ill-advised pass there to Jusak. I think Lottie got a little too far ahead of herself with that one. She lost her dribble for a moment, and then it looked like I don't want to say panic because she's a very calm player, but it looked like a moment of panic where she tried to get it off to Jusak as quickly as she could and just kind of airmailed it a little bit as it goes out of bounds. So Braham will get it back on a turnover with 8:10 to go. Now they'll get it up the court to Alex Rysdam, and this is stolen away by Jusak. Jusak says, here, I'll make up for it. Now she gives it off to LSL for a long two. That's no good, and that's going to be rebounded here by Emily Davis. Quickly up the court here for the Bombers. Gets it off to Alex Rysdam. Now to Emily Davis. Goes across court. I think that's Sophia Johnson. No, that's 14. That's Morgan Rysdam. Now gets it to Emily Davis. And this one's stolen away again by Jusak. A steal, and LSL has it poked out from behind. And she wanted to get it off to Lind, and as she paused to pass it, the defender came from behind to swat it out. Julia Kunke will check back in for the Bombers. And she leads her team with 6 points now. Lottie will look to inbound. She lobs it into Jusak, now to Sell all the way across court here to Lind. Lind will give it back to LSL, now to Kunke, or excuse me, that's Sophie Lottie, now to Lind. Lind to Klepper. Klepper goes inside to Jusak, and Jusak will bring it down, spins around one defender, puts it up to the basket. It's through, plus the and one. Oh, that's going to be on Kunke, unfortunately. So, no, yes, no, maybe so. I think they called 5. Third team foul, second on Kunke. Shot was good, but the free throw no good, so Jusak will only get 2 for that trip. And a beautiful shot there from Emily Davis to put it up in for 2. Again, the lanes to kind of drive through for the Bombers have just been wide open, and that'll be something that the Dragons will have to discuss. Meanwhile, Dragons seemingly getting more the inside shots to kind of fall on the tougher ones, and the shot there, no good, rebounded by Lind. She'll put it back up and in for 2. The shot from Mallory Klepper was no good, but a great rebound there from Lind, and she'll put it back up in for 2. 23-12 is the score, just under 7 minutes to go. Now taking up the court here, this is Madison Davis, and that ball is still up for grabs. LSL comes down with it, and it's a steal for Sell. She'll give it off to Jusak, now on the near side for Lottie, and that's just long, and she's struggled to come up with it. We're going to call a jump ball here. Possession arrow favors the Braham Bombers. About 6.5 to go in the first half. Dragons lead 23-12. Got a jump ball off the rebound, and Braham will inbound here. It's Kunke who gets it to Davis. Now back to Kunke. Kunke looking to drive up. She'll give it off to Duvernay. Lind didn't want to get the foul, but Duvernay brings it down. She'll give it off on the near side here to Madison Davis. Davis back to Duvernay. Duvernay thought about 3, nearly loses it. Now she stops. Pauses. She'll pass it off on the far side here. I believe that's Madison Davis. Now to Kunke. Kunke gives it off to Duvernay, and Duvernay, her shot is up and no good. And somehow the Bombers come down with the rebound, and Morgan Rysdam is going to put it up and in for 2. 23-14. Inbound here to Klepper, and she'll hand it right back to Jusak. Jusak gets a little bit of a lane on that far side and directing traffic. She'll give it back to Klepper. Klepper, I don't know if that was intended for Lottie or Sell, but it gets to Sell. Now back to Lottie. With under 6 minutes to go, Lottie will just kind of hold on to the ball. She'll get the call from her head coach, and they'll look to set up the offense. Back to Jusak. Jusak now on the near side to Sell. Sell to Lind. Lind inside, trying to use that famous spin move she has. It's no good. She tried to tip it to herself, but it was rebounded by Madison Davis. Stolen by Ellis Sell. And Lind will take it inside again. She's fouled up on her shot, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. I think they get this one on Duvernay. Her first, team's 4th, and Lind is at the line now to shoot 2. First one is through to make it 24-14, and you could hear a pin drop. Of course, you might have heard the mat drop. They're bringing back the mats from the other room here in Pine City. Probably the slam you heard. Or maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe it was just loud to me. I don't know. 24-14, 5:21 to go as Lind taking her second of 2. Gets them both to fall. 25-14, 5:21 to go here, first half on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. Lind steps in the way of that pass to Nicole Duvernay, and it will find its way out of bounds. So it will stay with the Bombers. The Dragons have been doing a good job of stepping in the passing lanes, but they've not been able to get many turnovers off them. It looks like we'll get a timeout here called by Zach Loy and the Braham Bombers. With 5:17 to go here in the first half, right now the Bombers have found a bunch of open lanes to dribble through and drive through, and they've been doing a good job of getting those offensive rebounds right now. Pine City just seems a little bit too in front of themselves. They seem to be running their offense quickly, which they definitely like to do, and they're doing it well, but it just seems to be a little too quickly. If I'm the Dragons, I say, hey, we need to slow it down just a little bit, take a breath before our shots, and just focus on getting them to drop through. Lottie, of course, a great competitor, and no points so far here this evening, which I know she will not mind at the end of the day, because what she cares about more is having her team get the victory. But as a competitor, she is definitely probably upset about not making any yet, and again, it feels just a little bit rushed so far. As Morgan Rysdam takes it, she's double-teamed, and now she'll give it off to Kunke. Oh, almost got a travel, but nice job to give it off to Emily Davis. Now back to Kunke, but it's stolen away by Lind. Lind will give it off to Jusak, and Jusak up on the far side of the court. She stops, gives it back to Lind. Lind now to Metling. To Lind, going inside to Jusak, who shot is up no good, and it's that kind of play right there. Morgan Rysdam with the rebound. But it's that kind of play right there where it feels like just a little bit rushed. If they take just a second more, they would get that to fall. But it feels like it's just a little bit rushed right now, and they're unable to get those to fall. But a 2 the other way for Julia Kunke. And again, she's been dangerous here for the Bombers here in this game. 25-16, 4.5 to go. Jusak is double teamed. She'll give it off to Lind. Lind wanted to go to Metling, but she was kind of covered in a zone, and now she'll give it back to Vivian Lottie. Lottie top the key, gives it to Jusak. Jusak on the far side to Piper Metling. Now top the key to Ella Sell. She wanted 3, but guarded well there by the defender, Emily Davis. It's to Lind here on the far side. Now top the key to Jusak inside. To Ella Sell on the far side for 3. That's off the mark. Lind tips it up, goes right to Jusak, who puts it in for 2. And the Dragons aren't necessarily bringing in the rebounds. They're just tipping them up so they can go up and get them again. So more of a third chance opportunity. And now Kunke, her pass is wide of Madison Davis. It goes out of bounds, and it will go back to Pine City. So Pine City with a great opportunity to extend the lead past 11. They've been stuck at 11, and then it's been dropped down to 9. And now a great chance to extend it past 11. But if you're the Bombers, man, one of the things you don't want to have happen. Jusak gives it off far side to Metling, now to Ella Sell. Lottie's back in the game. She'll give it off to Jusak, and that's just behind Jusak, and it will go back to the Bombers. So the Bombers, no harm, no foul there. Olivia Heeks in the game for the Bombers. Heekes. Meanwhile, it's Emily Davis who gives off to Duvernay, and that's going to be into the hands of Jusak for another steal. And she'll give it up to Metling, now in the far side corner to Lind. Back to Jusak. Jusak gives it to Sell. Sell top of the key, now to Metling on the near side corner. Trying to go inside to Sophie Lati, who brings it down. Gives it off, far side elbow for 3, and they can't get that to fall right now. They are just, I don't know what it is, but they just seemingly can't get those to fall right now. They'll have to correct that. Madison Davis, meanwhile, she'll give it off here to Emily Davis. Emily Davis gets around one defender. Now off to Duvernay. Duvernay steps just inside the perimeter. Gives it off here to Rysdam. Rysdam, that's Morgan Rysdam. Now off to Madison Davis. Davis drifts towards the far side, but gives it back near side to Duvernay. Heikes, instead, she'll give it off to Emily Davis. Emily Davis back to Madison. Madison Davis looking to drive inside on Lind. She'll get a screen. She'll pull up from 3. It banks off the backboard and in. Madison Davis for 3. That's, I think, our second 3 of the game. Wow. Jusak gives it off to Lati. She almost lost her dribble, did Jusak. That's how she got it off to Lati. And the pass just a little too tall for LSL. And it will go back in the direction of the Bombers. 27-19, Dragons with the lead. With 2:27 to go here in the first half. Madison Davis will push this one all the way to Duvernay on the far side. Duvernay double team. She looks to get it back to Madison Davis. She does in the far side corner for Heikes. Now to Duvernay. Duvernay going to drive slowly inside, and that one's going to be stolen away by Piper Metling. And she'll give it off to Lati. Now to Lind. Lind had a lane that closed up pretty quickly, but nice move there to get underneath the defender. She puts it up and in for 2. Make it 29-19, 2 minutes to go. Now under 2 minutes to go. Braham takes it up the court. Madison Davis, she'll give it. No, I thought she was going to give it off to Emily Davis, but she does not. Instead goes to Duvernay, who's left wide open for 3. No good. And it's Jusak who brings in the rebound. Back the other way, though, as it's stolen by Rysdam. The ball will go out of bounds. It was last touch by the Dragons. In fact, I think Piper Metling is going to get a foul. They do. 1:43 to go here, first half. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Braham will look to inbound. They do. To Rysdam. Morgan Rysdam gives it back to Madison Davis. Davis trying to drive inside on Lind. Gives it now back to Emily Davis. Emily Davis looking for Rysdam. Instead gives it to Madison Davis. Madison Davis all the way across court to Emily Davis. Emily Davis fakes a 3, going to drive inside. Back out to Duvernay. Duvernay spins around, looks to back outside now to Rysdam. Morgan Rysdam nearly lost it. She gets it back to Duvernay now for 3. Fakes the 3. She'll drive inside, put up a shot, which is no good. And Jusak swats it in. Out of bounds off of a Braham Bomber. So as Jusak swatted it back in, it went off of a Braham Bomber out of bounds. So the Dragons will hold on to it. Inbound here to Metling, right back to Jusak, and she's kind of double teamed there as she takes it up the court, tries to dribble behind the back, but gives it off to Metling, now to Lati. Lati looking to drive inside, and she puts it up and in for 2. Her first points of the game, 31-19, with under a minute to go here in the first half. Quickly up the court. It's stolen away by Lati. Lati to the basket, up and in for 2. That one was intended for Alex Rysdam, but stolen away by Lati. Now under 40 seconds to go. 33-19, the score in favor of the Dragons. Here comes Madison Davis on the near side. Gives it back to Emily Davis. Quickly up the court to Duvernay. Duvernay going to be double teamed, and she'll pass it off now to Morgan Rysdam, who puts up a long 2. It's no good. Lati gets the rebound, and she'll give it up the court here to Lind. Lind waits for Lati, and she'll give it to Lati. It looks like they might just wait for that last second shot here to end the half. 33-19 is the score. Lati gets a screen from Jusak, and Jusak will get the pass inside. It's knocked away, but it should stay with the Dragons. It will, as Duvernay got her paws on it. Duvernay is such a good player inside the paint. It's so hard to get around her. She does such a good job of moving her feet and staying square to the defender. You just can't really get around her, and she does such a good job of boxing you out that good luck getting any kind of... Oh, Lynn is left alone! Oh, and then she doesn't make it! Oh, and then LSL didn't realize how much time was left. Piper Metling, I think, batted it out to Sell for the last second shot, and LSL didn't realize how much time was left on the clock. 33-19 is the lead here for Pine City at the half. Dragons with the lead. 33-19 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. You can find out more at embracemn.com. Halftime lead for Pine City, 33-19, but we got a whole another half to play here in this Great River Conference matchup, and I have a feeling that second half is going to be very, very exciting. I'm the Game Day Gilman. You're listening to Girls Basketball here on 100.9 FM.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Since 1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Ice Santee has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Ice Santee. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franz and Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franz and Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzandbank.com/get there. Franz and Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear and Swanson today. Spear and Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Back here on 100.9 FM WCMP. It is halftime here inside Pine City High School with the Dragons leading 33-19 at the half. As we take a look at the first half stats, the Dragons, who lead 33-19, they are led by Carly Jusak with 11 points. Then it's Chloe Lind with 9, 5 for Piper Metling, 4 for LSL and Sophie Lottie. They had 13 steals in that first half and 3 team fouls on the other side for the Braham Bombers. Leading the way for them is Julia Kunke with 8 points, then 4 for Emily Davis and Morgan Rysdam, and 3 for Madison Davis. They had 3 steals and 4 team fouls, but they did create a few turnovers as well. And the rebounds heavily in their favor right now, because not only are they getting the rebounds on defense, they're getting the second chance rebounds on offense, and that is really what has helped them stay in this one. And, of course, the turnovers as well. But it really feels like the Braham Bombers right now are controlling the boards. And if you're Pine City, that is something that you're going to have to do differently here in the second half. You're going to have to get those rebounds in the second half. And in that first half, it just looked like Pine City was jumping a tad early on some of the rebounds. It looked like they had the rebound. They had the great opportunity to get the rebounds and the second chance opportunities on offense. They just left their feet a little bit early for the ball. And that's what led to Braham coming down with most of those rebounds there in that first half. And Pine City done a great job so far, but I think they want to clean things up a little bit. It's been a good first half for the Dragons, but they want to kind of smooth things out here before this second half gets started. They have played a great first half, really. They have. Despite the turnovers and some of the fouls and some of the open lanes that they have left, they have played a really good first half, but they need to kind of smooth things out and just kind of iron things out, if you will, because if they kind of smooth things out and get things going the way they want to, man, this will be a very good first half for them. On the other side, Braham hasn't played bad either. Braham has played very well. They have been doing a great job passing the ball, being patient, not just putting a shot to the basket just because it's open. They're doing a great job of passing the ball around, finding the open player, and getting it to them when they need to, because a lot of times here this evening, Braham has had, I'd say half their points have come off of just wide open shots underneath the basket because Pine City's left the lane wide open. And we've seen that a lot here tonight. Pine City has allowed a player to kind of cut inside, and the Braham Bombers will notice that. They'll pass it down underneath, and that'll just be an easy up and in for 2 for them. So I think for Braham, I think you need to continue to exploit that on offense because, your players are just gliding, and I mean gliding to the basket and just finding easy ways to get their shot to fall. And I think for Braham, you need to exploit that here on offense. And on defense, just continue what you're doing. Don't allow them to get any easy shots inside underneath the basket for Pine City. Make them work for it. Make them try and get those charging calls. We've seen one here in the first half on Pine City. Make them get those. Force those calls on Pine City. Make them get those calls, because then you get them into foul trouble, and that is always good if you're the opposing team to get the other team into foul trouble, because then you lead them to some of their players having to sit for a while, or maybe even one of their top 3 or whatever it is. You always want to see the other, well, I shouldn't say you always want to see, but you would like to see your team kind of force the other team into some foul trouble if you can at all possible. But there's not much I think Braham needs to change. Continue on offense. Maybe take a few more perimeter shots. We've seen it kind of open up there late in the second half with Madison Davis hitting that 3-point shot. And you might just say, that was just one. Well, why do they continue? Well, it's opening up, and I think with her shot, it opened up a lot more, and they're seeing that open up. Again, they're being patient on offense. They don't need to rush things. They're just being very patient on offense and taking the shots that they're given, and they're making them fall. And that's another thing, is they're taking very high percent shots. Any shot that they take right now is seemingly falling through. There's not a lot that they have missed. A lot of them have just been turnovers and or steals by Pine City. And if you're Pine City, continue that too. You have grabbed a ton of steals, 13 in that first half, and only grabbed 3 fouls for your team. So keep being aggressive on defense. Keep looking for those steals. Keep trying to grab them. and keep trying to take it the other way. For Pine City on defense, you're going to have to close those lanes down. They have been driving inside nonstop here tonight. You're going to have to close those lanes down to shut them off. The road is under construction. Do something, because Braham is just going to eat you alive if you allow them to get down there. Looking at the score over across the street, it is the Dragons taking on Chisago Lakes here tonight, the Pine City Civic Center, with the Dragons trailing 3-2. Over in Braham, the boys game, Pine City's up at half 39-31. So a lot of action going on here tonight, and this one just about set to get underway in the second half. 18 minutes back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, you can ask them about financing options, because they will find a plan to fit your budget. Go over and visit their website at embracemn.com. Dragons will get set to inbound here. They are, good grief, they will be going left to right on your radio dial. Braham will be going right to left. Inbound gets here to the Dragons, and they'll give it right back to Lottie. Lottie kind of got things going there late in the first half, and I'm sure they'll try and get her going a lot more. But Jusak will give it off now on the near side to Piper Metling. That's just off the mark, and trying to grab the rebound was Rysdam. She couldn't grab it cleanly at first, but then she does, and an early whistle here on the Dragons, as that is Sophia Johnson who's going to draw the foul. And that's exactly what I talked about. If you're the Braham Bombers, try and draw more fouls. That one's going to go on Piper Metling, as it's Sophia Johnson who will go to line to shoot 2. 21 seconds after the second half has begun. Already a free throw attempt. Johnson misses on the first, but she will get another opportunity. This one is up and no good, and Lind is going to bring down the rebound. She'll give it off to Jusak now on the near side. Jusak pauses, tries to go inside to Lottie, now backs out to Metling, gives it top of the key to Jusak, and she wanted to go back to Metling, but Metling cut inside, and she'll wait to cut back outside, and Lottie nearly has that one stolen away, but inside amongst all those hands, she gets it up and in for 2 to make it 35-19. Lottie nearly pokes it out, but here goes Morgan Rysdam, and she'll take it just inside the perimeter, gives it back out now to Madison Davis. Davis, she'll check it across the court to Sophia Johnson. Johnson guarded by Lynn, right back to Morgan Rysdam, top of the key, now on the near side, elbow for Davis. Madison Davis, she'll dribble it towards the top of the key, and she'll pass it off now to Sophia Johnson. Johnson back to Davis. Madison Davis stands near side elbow. She wanted to go inside, but instead will go to Rysdam, now on the far side. I believe that's Sophia Johnson. Now to Lottie, now to Duvernay. Duvernay trying to get around some defenders, gives it off here to Rysdam. It's no good. Rebound up for grabs. It's Madison Davis who brings it in. And those are the second chance opportunities I've been talking about here that Braham has just been able to exploit. This pass for Kunke is just off her hand. That pass from Duvernay was coming in hot, and Kunke, I don't think it was ready for the pass to come in so quickly. Went off of her hand, but that was a tough one to try and bring in one-handed, too, for Kunke. So give Kunke credit. She did all she could. Jusak will take it up the court. She'll give it across the court now to Metling. Top of the key for Lottie. Lottie pauses, now drives, gives it off to Metling, far side. Going inside to Lind. Lind gives it back out to Metling for 3. Just off the front of the rim, but Lind shoots underneath to get the rebound, and we're going to get... Oh, jump ball call. Respectfully disagree. We're going to say the Bombers got their hands on the ball enough to get the jump ball call, so the possession arrow favors the Bombers. They'll get it. Got an ill-advised buzzer, and they'll keep action going. Sophia Johnson gives it off to Nicole Duvernay, who drives. Shot is up, no good. But she was fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. I believe that one's on Jusak, her second, team second. And again, so far, Braham doing a good job of getting more fouls. With just under 2 minutes off the clock, they've already got Pine City with 2. Duvernay's first one is no good. Score remains 35-19, 35-19 is the score. That one is good from Duvernay. She makes one of 2. 35-20 is the score. Inbound here to Lottie from Jusak, and Lottie's going to race up the court. She gets it inside, now gives it back out to Jusak, who will put it up for 3. That's no good. And it's stolen away by Lind. Duvernay got the rebound, but stolen away here by Lind. Add another one. And this ball, trying to get it inside to Lind, but it was poked out. And LSL takes full advantage of that one getting to her. Puts it up and in for 3 to make it 38-20. Duvernay, nice pass up the court to Sophia Johnson. Johnson goes one way, and then it's blocked and stolen away by Jusak. Lottie takes it inside, nearly had that one stolen away. And nice fadeaway shot from Lottie to get it in for 2, make it 40-20. And just because this is a 20-point game, it certainly doesn't feel like it. And, we got a couple of bodies who collide there, and 2 bodies are on the court, and we'll get a whistle here. I'm not sure who this is on. 14 of who? I think they got Lind. Her second, team's third, and Braham, again, getting fouls. I didn't see what happened. I was trying to write the stat down and find the player. So I apologize. Kunke will inbound it here to Madison Davis. Might be getting a little bit chippy. This ball, Sophia Johnson has it stolen away by Piper Metling. She'll give it off to Lottie, and Lottie shot up no good. Gonna get a foul here on Kunke, and Kunke thought she was there in time for the charge, and I think she might have been. I think Kunke was there in time, but there you say no, and that's going to be apparently only her first. I think that's her third. I don't know. I'll stick with what they say. It's only 2. Lottie misses that one. Lottie will have another opportunity. Makes 1 of 2. 41-20. And looking to check into the game is Alex Rysdam and Emily Davis for Sophia Johnson and Julia Kunke. 15:07 to go, second half. This ball is inbounded here. Just Morgan Rysdam, and she'll take it to the basket. Shot is up. Oh, they got a quick whistle on that one. Another foul, though, on Pine City. That's going to go against Metling, and that'll be her third, team's fourth, as Morgan Rysdam at the line to shoot 2. First one's up, no good, off the front of the rim. From Rysdam. Summer Thiemann checks into the game for the first time here tonight for the Dragons. This one is no good, and getting the rebound is Jusak there for the Dragons. And she'll take it up the court now. LSL for 3, just off the mark, and a couple of Dragon players collide as they go after the rebound. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it will be Braham ball. It was Lottie and Jusak who collide as they go after the rebound. Here comes Morgan Rysdam up the court. She's going to throw up a little bit of a shot, but she traveled. And she drove in so hard, I think she slipped, and she'll get called for the travel. And Jusak will inbound it here to Lottie. She's double-teamed on the far side of the court. An ill-advised pass, nearly stolen away. I don't know how that got through, but Summer Thiemann brings it in, and she gives it off to LSL, goes inside to Jusak, who has it poked away, stolen away by Alex Rysdam. And that ball is a little bit too lobbed up. Not a smart pass. It's stolen away by Summer Thiemann. Thiemann will take it up the court now for the Dragons. She looks for LSL. She'll hand it to LSL. Now to Lind at the top of the key for 3. It's just off the mark, and they have not been able to get that to fall as much as they would like here tonight as Alex Rysdam brings in the rebound. She'll give it off now here to Emily Davis. Davis to Madison Davis. She fakes one pass, then goes here to Morgan Rysdam, who takes it to the net, gets it to fall in for 2. Morgan Rysdam for 2, 41-22, just under 14 minutes to go. Lottie takes it up the court, nearly has it stolen away. Oh, it's going to touch out of bounds, and will go to the Braham Bombers. And I think Morgan Rysdam got the wind knocked out of her there.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
Not sure what happened with Rysdam, but she was able to get up and walk off under her own power, so love to see that. No, never see anybody get hurt, so hopefully she's okay and able to work herself back into this game, and hopefully it's nothing serious. Meanwhile, it's Emily Davis, who nearly had it. So, I was going to say, that should be a jump ball call. I respectfully disagree with the call. It should be a jump ball call, but they're going to get Lottie for her first foul. She tied up the ball, and then the Braham offensive player pulled it away, but that should have been jump ball. I've seen quicker tie-ups here this season called. That's okay, though, as now it's Madison Davis trying to work her team back into it, and we get a charge or a moving screen. They called it a charge, but I think it was more of an illegal screen on Braham. Oh, they're going to... No way. They're going to change the call and say it's on Lind. So they're going to change the call it on Lynn for her third, team sixth. And that's the thing, is Braham right now is just getting Pine City to get these fouls to fall their way right now. And that's what Braham, I said, needed to do more of. And so far they are. Emily Davis will get it inbounded to her. And she looks trying to get it off to someone. It was nearly stolen away, but Sonny Lilly, oh, that's a travel. She falls to the court, and usually if you fall and you slip, that's a travel. But she got the ball off in time. And Madison Davis is going to push up a three. No good. Nicole Duvernay is right there for the rebound. That shot's no good, and Sophie Lotte is going to come down with that rebound. Quickly up the court to LSL. She puts it up and in for two. 43-22 with under 13 minutes to go. I mentioned this one. Going to be a fun second half. Madison Davis. Quick whistles here. Summer Thieman's going to get called for the foul for Pine City. It's going to be the 17th foul, and that will send Braham to the line for a 1-and-1. Vivian Lotte will check into the game here for Pine City. And Chloe Lind will come to the bench. So it's Madison Davis who's at the line for the 1-and-1 for the Bombers. Shot is up and through. Make it 43-23. Davis' first one is good, but the second one does not fall through, and rebounded there by Jusak, and she'll get it off to Lotte. Lotte switches sides of the court. She'll take it now to the near side, trying to drive into the corner. Spins around. It's the defender to fall, and then tries to get it off the backboard. It's no good, and getting the rebound, I believe that's Emily Davis. And Davis had it poked out by Lotte, but nice job of Davis to get it to Madison. And Madison Davis will now drive and get it off here to Lilly, and Lilly to Duvernay. Oh, and Jusak was faked out, but Duvernay shot. Oh, the unkind roll. And it falls out, and Jusak will get the rebound. Now to LSL for three. That's through from LSL. Make it 46-23. 12 minutes to go, and now quickly up the court. Here comes Alex Rysdam. Now to Madison Davis. Now to Nicole Duvernay. Duvernay, she'll give it back to Madison Davis. Davis gets a screen. She'll give it off to Duvernay. Wasn't ready, but she's going to take it in, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot two. 8th team foul on Pine City. Let's see who this is on. This is going to be Depends on who it's on. That's going to be huge. It's on Jusak, her third. Oh, boy. We've got 1, 2, 3 of their players with 3 fouls. We're going to have to do some work and be careful here the rest of the way as we just under 12 minutes to go. Duvernay. First one up is no good. 46-23 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. You can find out more at embracemn.com. Jusak checks out, and I think Lind came back in for her. I did not see. I apologize. Looking at my scoreboard sheet. No, I don't have it memorized yet. Not quite yet. Duvernay, her second one, no good, and Lottie's going to grab the rebound there for Pine City. Lottie, she's double-teamed, and I think that's a smart move for the Bombers. She gets it to Lind, now to Thiemann, now to Sell. Sell will go back top of the key to Lottie. Lottie will stand. She'll look to get around the defender. She does. She'll give it off to Sell on the far side, now to Vivian Lottie. And a bunch of what I presume to be sisters out there. I know Vivian and Sophie are sisters. Summer Thiemann will give it to Sell, and Ella Sell for 3 off the front of the rim, and it's Lind who brings in the rebound, but it's stolen away by Madison Davis. And she'll give it off now to Alex Rysdam, who goes up for the shot, but it's no good. But she was fouled, and she'll go to line and shoot 2. I believe that's going to be on Vivian Lottie. It is her first. And again, she can give those fouls, so if there's anyone you want to get them, you don't want them, but if there's someone you do, it's her because she doesn't have any. That's her first. Alex Rysdam's first one is up and good. Julia Kunke will check back into the game for the Braham Bombers. She'll come in for Nicole Duvernay. Kunke still their leading scorer with 8 points. It's 46-24, 11-16 to go as Alex Rysdam made her first. And no good on the second. And it's Lottie with the rebound. She'll give it to Lynn. Now to Vivian Lottie. Vivian Lottie, and that's going to be a double dribble. She lost the ball for a moment, and as she went to try and get it back, she used both hands. And unfortunately, that is a double dribble. So it will be a turnover here. It goes back to Braham, and that's something that the Dragons have struggled with here in this game is the turnovers. But Braham has been able to capitalize so far, but trailing by 22 with now 11 minutes to go, and I got some work to do. Trying to take it up the court, trying to read the number. It's Madison Davis who gives it off to Emily Davis, who now goes inside there to Sunny Lilly. Beautiful pass to Sunny Lilly, who puts it up and in for 2. 46-26. Lottie gets the inbound, and she's guarded by Kunke. That's a great matchup there between those two. Kunke, just a great athlete, like I mentioned, but Lottie's pass all the way across court to Thiemann is no good, but Lynn puts it back up and in for 2 off the rebound. Did they say 21? He put up 12. Either way, it's Sunny Lilly, I think, with the foul. It'll be the Braham's second here in this second half. One will make it a 3-point play. And now we get a timeout called here by Pine City with about 11 minutes to go, just under 11 here on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. The Dragons lead 49-26. Embrace Orthodontics. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at embracemn.com. Stay tuned after the game for our post-game interview with our A&W player of the game, and we'll see if we can't get an interview from their head coach, Ted Haas, as well. No matter the outcome, we will get an A&W player of the game for an interview. Dragons trying to, both these teams actually trying to stay undefeated in the conference. Braham 13-1 on the season, Pine City 8-5, and both undefeated in the conference. Winner of this one will claim their spot at the top of the conference, but that does not mean it's over. It is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Both these teams will still face off once again a couple weeks from now, and that will more than likely determine who will get the crown of the Great River Conference. But we'll have to wait and see. There's still a lot of game left. Still a lot of play left in the season, too. Madison Davis will get the inbound, and Davis gives it off on the far side to Emily Davis. Now back to Madison, and Lottie was thinking about a steal, but not there in time. Now back across to Emily. Now to Kunke. Kunke on that far side gives it to Emily. Now trying to go to Sunny Lily, but Madison Davis, nice job of toting the line there and keeping her toes in bounds. And then Kunke almost lost her dribble, but great job of noticing, hey, I'm losing it a little bit, and she puts it up and in for two. 49-28, Lottie up the court. Backs it out to LSL. Sell for three. That's good. LSL for three. What a shot there from her to make it 52-28. Under 10 minutes to go. Madison Davis brings it up the court. She spins around. She'll give it out to Emily. Emily on that far side. Now to Kunke. Kunke guarded by Vivian, and she'll lose the ball, and it will go back to the Dragons. And Kunke upset with herself on that one. She thought she had a lane. It was closed quickly by Vivian, but she had someone to pass it off to, just unfortunately lost the ball there. Summer Thiemann will check out, as will Vivian Lottie. Carly Jusak checks back in, and as does Mallory Klepper. Lottie will inbound here to Jusak, and she'll just hand it off to Lottie. Lottie races up the court. And that ball is up and no good. Rebounded here by Madison Davis. It looked like Kunke kind of hurt herself on that one. She pulled back her arm, and it looked like she was hurt, but she's okay. Jusak gets the rebound on the shot. No good from Braham. And Lottie, almost missed that one, but she does get it to fall. It's 54-28. But here come the Bombers quickly, and that shot is no good. It will, I thought it was going to stay with the Bombers. I thought that was off a Dragon, but they do not agree. It's going to go to the Dragons off of a Bomber. Nicole Duvernay will check back into the game for Emily Davis, and Sunny Lily also checking out, and in for her, number 23, Alex Rysdam. Inbound here to Mallory Klepper. She'll give it right back to Jusak. Jusak guarded well, though, by Madison Davis. She'll give it to Klepper. Klepper quickly to Lottie. Lottie, she'll give it off to Lind. Lind on that far side corner, fakes the three, then gives it off to Lottie on the elbow. Lottie gets around. She gets a screen. She'll put up a three. That's no good. Jusak right there for the rebound, though. Jusak nearing a double-double. She's one rebound away from it. Madison Davis gets the ball from Kunke. Davis, nice bounce pass there. And then unfortunately, Morgan Rysdam just couldn't hold on to it. Oh, my goodness. Great opportunity for Morgan Rysdam. She had an open lane to drive to the basket, but could not hold on to the pass. That was a great pass, too. And unfortunately, it will go back to the Dragons for the Bombers. Inbound pass gets to Klepper, to Jusak. Now back to Klepper. Klepper up the court with it. She'll give it back to Jusak. Jusak on the near side, 8.5 to go here in the second half. Jusak to Lottie. Lottie goes inside to Jusak, and that's been a dangerous pass all night. And it's worked sometimes it hasn't. As Jusak got it, she goes up for two, no good, but she gets fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot two. We're going to get Morgan Rysdam for that one. She's back into the game. She had to exit with an injury earlier, but she is back and in. That's what we love to see. She's able to be back into this game. And the first one up and no good from Jusak. That's something that they'll probably have to work on a little bit is the free throws. They haven't been terrible. They haven't been bad, but definitely if you're a coach, you would like to see improvement. This one is up and good, though. So 1 of 2 there for the Dragons. And here come the Bombers. Madison Davis. She's trying to get around Mallory Klepper. She pulls it back, and they're going to get Klepper for that one. Mallory Klepper bumped, and sometimes some referees will let that go. Sometimes they don't want you to be too physical, and that will put the Bombers in the double bonus, and that's, for the Dragons, they've got a long ways to go with the double bonus on. But either way, Madison Davis makes the first one to make it 57-29. And the second one gets a friendly roll. In for both of them, 57-30. Lottie will inbound here to Mallory Klepper. Klepper wants to go back to Lottie. She will. Lottie's got to be careful. She was double-teamed from behind, and it's stolen away here by Morgan Rysdam. And up on the shot, no good. And Jusak will bring down the rebound. There's the double-double. Sophie Lottie almost lost her dribble, and she somehow kept it alive. And then she gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. Or is it just going to be on the... I think it's just going to be on the floor. So Madison Davis with her first, team's fourth. And they will inbound. So it was on the floor. Lottie will head to the opposite side, and she'll get set to inbound. She will to Jusak. Jusak goes inside to Lind. Lind gets a spin move and puts it up and in for two. Chloe Lind for two. Make it 59-30 with under 8 minutes to go. Kunke gets it up the court. It was intended there for Rysdam, but Morgan Rysdam brings it in. So Alex Rysdam, the intended target, but Morgan Rysdam is able to bring it in off the tip. Oh, and that pass goes right to LSL. I mean, that almost looked like it was intended for her. LSL brings it up the court. She gets poked out from behind. It will go out of bounds off of the Bombers, and it will stay with the Dragons. Checking in is Emily Davis and Sophia Johnson for Kunke and Alex Rysdam. Inbound here to Lynn from Lottie. Lottie will get it back now to Jusak for three. It's going to come up well short, and it goes right to Emily Davis. Emily Davis with the rebound. She'll take it up the court on the near side. She gives it back to Madison Davis. Madison Davis fakes the pass one way, then drifts to the right. Backs up to that Dragon logo. He drifts into the far side now. Looking to get around Lind. Lind doing a good job of getting defense. A screen put on. But they do a good job to get around it, and now it's off to Emily Davis. Now back to Madison. Madison on that far side. Fakes one way, drives inside, puts up a shot. It's no good, and it's going to stay with the Bombers. Not even sure who that went off of. Could have been either one if I was down there. That was a tough one to see. Great job there by the referees to get that call. And inbound here to Madison Davis, and she's calling out the offense. She wanted the player to go one way, and it didn't. It's going to be stolen away by Lind, and Lind will get the steal. She'll get it off to LSL, and then a timeout called here by Ted Haas, the Dragons head coach. 59-30 is the score. 6:45 to go here in half number two. Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. EmbraceMN.com. These two teams trying to stay undefeated in the Great River Conference with about just over 6:30 to go. These two teams battling it out here inside Pine City High School. And this is not going to be the last meeting. They will meet up again, I believe it's February 7th in Braham, and you can bet that atmosphere is going to be just insane. Yes, it's Tuesday, February 7th, that these two teams will meet up in Braham. So no matter the outcome, they still get to go at it again. Lottie gets it inbounded to her, and Lottie will take it up the court. Gets a screen from Klepper. Now gives it off to Jusak. Jusak to Sell. Sell to Klepper. Klepper wanted to go inside to Jusak, and that pass was just a little errant. And Jusak couldn't bring it down, so ball will go back to the Braham Bombers on a turnover. Summer Thiemann will substitute in here for Mallory Klepper. Gets high fives from her teammates, and she'll sit back down. Madison Davis gets the inbound, and she fakes the pass, then steps back, and now goes again. But she's double-teamed. The lob pass here works to Sophia Johnson. Sophia Johnson looking to drive inside. Shot is up and no good. It's Summer Thiemann who brings down the rebound. Gives it off to Lind up the court. Lind stops. She loses it. Oh, and she lost it. Madison Davis with the steal. She turns on the Jets, but poked out from behind by Summer Thiemann. And Summer Thiemann turned on her Jets. And she did a good job just to come back and poke that one out, not allow her to get that fast break opportunity. Goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Bombers. But a great hustle effort there by Summer Thiemann. Madison Davis will inbound to Emily Davis. Emily to Madison for three. That's good. Madison Davis for three makes it 59-33. With now 6 minutes and counting. Under 6 minutes to go. Jusak takes it up the court here for Pine City. Jusak on the near side, dribbles around the defender. Gives it back here to Lind. Lind all the way across the court to Summer Thiemann. Thiemann thought about an extra long three, but instead pulls it down, gives it to Sell. Sell will give it off now on the near side to Lind. All the way across court here to Jusak, who is just a little two-line drive on the shot. Duvernay is right there for the rebound for the Bombers, and she'll give it off to Madison Davis. Again, you can't leave her open at the three-point line. She's shown you that she can make it pay. She'll give it off to Emily. She gets a screen from Duvernay. She wanted to go to Duvernay, and Great job by Lottie to know where that was going. Sophia Johnson now gives it off to Madison Davis. Madison Davis for 3. Yeah, you just can't leave her open like that. She's going to make you pay. She does again there with a 3. As now Sophia Lottie will take it up the court here for the Dragons. They'll give it off to Thiemann. Now to Sell. Oh, Sell. She was going to go for the 3, but she stopped it, and they call her for a double dribble. 59-36. Madison Davis has kind of closed the gap here with back-to-back 3s, and if I'm Braham, I say get it to her and let her shoot it again from 3. Oh, this inbound nearly got away from Davis, but she pulls it in as LSL was waiting right there, try and take it away. Madison Davis gives it off to Duvernay. Duvernay thought about a 2 from the free throw line. She wants to back it out. Instead, she will get it inside to Alex Rysdam. That shot is no good. Rebounded here by Jusak. Jusak will get it up to Lind. Now to Thiemann. Thiemann puts it up and in for 2. Great passing again by Pine City. Makes it 61-36 with 4.5 to go. Passing between Emily Davis and Madison, and now Emily has it. She's trying to work it up the court. She will get into the front court. Now passing Madison. Madison on that far side elbow looks for a screen here from Sophia Johnson. She'll pull up from the elbow on the far side. That's no good. And did she just get her own rebound? I think she did. I think we're going to get a foul here on Pine City. You get Lind, and that'll be her 4th. So Lind going to have to be careful. Madison Davis was the injured Bomber, but she's up and able to walk back to the free throw line. Love to see that. So Madison Davis at the free throw line for 2. Just under 4.5 to go as Davis misses the first. 61-36 is the score. And checking into the game here, for the first time for Duvernay is number 3, Allie Carlson. Madison Davis makes the second one, so she'll make 1 of 2. And Madison Davis checks out. She'll get a rest. And for her is Alex Rysdam. Dragons will get set to inbound. 61-37 is the score. Jusak gets it to Thiemann. And that ball, little careless with the pass there between Thiemann and Jusak. But Thiemann races up the court. She'll give it off to Lottie. Lottie trying to drive inside. Gives it off to Jusak. Jusak near side corner for LSL. She pulls it down. Gives it off to Jusak. Great defense there by Emily Davis. Now inside to Chloe Lind. Puts it up in for 2 plus the and 1. We're going to get Allie Carlson with her first and the team's 5th. As Chloe Lind at the line for the possible 3-point play. It's through. 3-point play there for Chloe Lind to make it 64-37. Under 4 minutes to go. Emily Davis takes up the court, fakes the pass, then passes it to Morgan Rysdam. Morgan Rysdam gives it off on the far side here to Alex. Now to Emily Davis, finds a lane to the basket. The shot is up. I don't know how she got it to fall, but she did. Nice shot there by the Bombers. And Jusak has it up the court now for the Dragons. Gives it off to Lind. Now back to Thiemann on the far side elbow. She's going to dribble just inside the free throw line. Give it off to Lind. Now back to LSL, top of the key. LSL to Lind. Lind going up. Just gets away from Jusak, but she keeps it alive as she jumped up out of bounds and threw that ball back in. Lottie has it top of the key, keeping an eye on the defender, and Dragons will try and dribble some clock out as now Lottie gets around 1, trying to drive even deeper inside. She'll just turn around, put up a shot near the basket, but it's nowhere near as Alex Rysdam gets it in her hands, and no good on the shot there from Emily Davis, and that shot no good. And the other way comes LSL for 2. Wait, what? What? Not sure what they call us there, but 66-39. Here comes quickly. It's Morgan Rysdam. Her shot is up and no good. And that rebound there by Piper Metling. She'll give it off to Lind. Lynn now to Sell inside to Jusak, and Jusak up and off the backboard, no good. Rebound up for grabs, but taking that one in is Olivia Hikis, or Hikis, not 100% sure how to pronounce it. Morgan Risedam on the far side, guarded well by Summer Thiemann, and now we're going to get a whistle, and it looks like a timeout called here by Braham. Braham will have 2 left here in the game. 66-39 is the score, 2:13 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. You can find out more at embracemen.com. 66-39 is the lead here for Pine City late in this one with under 2.5 to go. Pine City girls with the lead. Oh, the Dragons just about set to get back out on the court. Braham, they are as well. 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the buzzer, and they'll get back out onto the court and finish this game. Now it's going to be tough. It's a 27-point game with just under 2.5 to go, but we've seen crazier things happen. You can get, I don't think she's out there right now. I was going to say, if you can get Madison Davis going from 3, you might just be able to get yourselves back into it. Inbound pass here to Hikis, and she dribbles, and she'll get it back to Emily Davis. Emily Davis will circle the perimeter, and she'll step back, but now with 2 minutes to go to Hikis for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good, and Lynn's going to touch that one out of bounds. It will stay with the Bombers, so 2:01 will be left. It's Jusak and Lynn who will exit. In for them are Vivian Lottie and Mallory Klepper. Braham will inbound here to Emily Davis. Hikis, and get a foul here. Foul called on the Bombers. Allie Carlson, her second, team 6th, though. Dragons will get set for the inbound, and inbound here goes to Piper Metling. Metling gives it off to Vivian Lottie. Lottie to Metling. Metling on the far side, and I think the Dragons will just try it to dribble this clock out. Summer Thiemann holds that ball. Luckily she didn't get away with a carry there, but no good, and it's rebounded by Allie Carlson. And now to Emily Davis, now to Hikis, or Hikis. I apologize if I'm botching that name. I know I am. The shot is up and good from Sunny Lily. Nice shot there. High off the backboard, but it falls through. 66-41. Here come the Dragons. It's Sell who gives it off to Piper Metling. And again, the Dragons will just try and pass this one around. They don't need to score. Vivian Lottie, and now Piper Metling. She's got a lane to the basket. That one's blocked. Blocked there by Morgan Risedam. She's still going. Get a couple more substitutions. We'll get into the game now for the Dragons. Paige Gray, as well as Eli Anderson for the Bombers. 3 here from Summer Thiemann's no good, and a rebound here by the Bombers, and it's a foul on the Dragons, so it will be a free throw opportunity for the Bombers. I do not know who that foul went on. They're going to say Vivian Lottie, her second. Shot was up and no good. And at the free throw line is Aaron Zippel or Avery Schonkman. They've got both number 2s. I believe it's Aaron Zippel, though. That one's up and good. 66-42, and the Dragons will jog it up the court. It's Metling who gives it off now to Thiemann. Back to Mallory Klepper now. Near side to Paige Gray. She'll give it to Metling again. To Thiemann. Thiemann drives inside. That shot is just a little bit long. And rebound here for Braham. Thiemann coming up the court. Trying to poke it out. And Almost did, and got the defender to fall, and Vivian Latti going to get the steal to Thiemann, and Thiemann traveled. So Thiemann traveled. It will go back to the Bombers. 66-42 is the Dragon lead. 32 seconds, so the Dragons will come out of here and stay undefeated. And I apologize, it looks like Avery Schockman wearing the JV jersey there. And this one is taken away by Mallory Klepper, poked out from behind. It will stay with the Dragons. Mallory Klepper with the steal. 23 seconds to go, 66-42. Vivian Latti will get set to inbound here for the Dragons. She gets it to Klepper, and Klepper will just kind of take it around the perimeter, and they'll pass it around a little bit here, and this should be the final. Piper Metling now to Paige Gray, and now back to Klepper. And they're telling Thiemann just to hold it. 3, 2, and 1. And that is the final. 66-42 is the final. The Dragons with the victory here this evening over the Braham Bombers. So the Pine City Dragons girls basketball team stays undefeated in Great River Conference play, but this series not over as they will go to Braham next time to face off against each other, and that should be a fun one in that game. So we'll get a commercial break from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll have our A&W Player of the Game. You're listening to Girls Basketball on
Since
100.9
1967, Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley, has been where to go for all your building projects. Let Gerald Schmidt help you with designing, remodeling, or any new construction. Schmidt Construction specializes in residential home building, agricultural, industrial, and commercial buildings. With expert advice on all of your building projects and ideas. When you hire a contractor to take care of your building needs, you can't do better than Schmidt Construction, general contractor in Hinckley. 320-384-7901.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
It's time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Ice Santee has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Ice Santee. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W Root Beer Freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
back here on 100.9 FM WCMP. The Dragons get the victory 66-42. The Dragons will improve to 9-5 on the season and remain undefeated in the conference at 6-0. The Braham Bombers fall to 6-1 in the conference and fall to 13-2 on the season. But again, this is not the last time they'll see each other. In just a couple weeks, on Tuesday, February 7th, they will have a rematch in Braham, and that should be even more fun. I'm sure Adam Hefty will be on the call for that one. He's over in Braham right now with the call for the Braham Bombers boys basketball game against Pine City. So been a good one here this evening as the Dragons, again, get the victory 66-42. And getting our interviews coming up the stairs right now. I can see them here as the Dragons, again, improve to 9-5 on the season. And we will now be joined here shortly, in just a moment, by our A&W player of the game. It's going to be Ella Sell, our A&W player of the game. Ella, that is for you. And first of all, congratulations on the win, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how did it feel to get back out here on your home court and get a victory over a conference opponent here this evening?
It's been great. Being on the road is tough, especially with all the schoolwork that especially us older kids have to deal with, and it's been really great to be back home.
Absolutely, and you guys had a big one here tonight. You got kind of physical in this game. What was the message to you at halftime to kind of get over that hump there in this second half and run away with this one?
Just to win the half. Just go out there, work hard for the next 18 minutes, and just focus on what we can control.
Absolutely, and the pace in this one, right from the get-go, it was an awesome pace to begin in this one. How did you guys manage to keep that pace throughout this game?
We knew we were going to need to be tough and stay physical because this team is a very great team. So we just needed to keep up the energy and make sure we're running up and down the floor as hard as we can.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, and congratulations on being our A&W player of the game.
Thank you.
And that, again, was LSL, our A&W player of the game. Thanks again to LSL for joining us unofficially. I had her with 17 points on the evening and 4 steals here this evening as well. And she stayed clean out of the foul trouble here this evening. So 17 points and 4 steals on the evening for LSL. And a great performance here by LSL. Again, being able to get back on the home court here this evening, and we'll now be joined by the Dragons head coach, Ted Haas. And Coach Haas, thanks for joining me, and congrats on the win here tonight.
Thank you very much. It was a fun win. The kids, I thought they played real physical, and overall just were able to kind of methodically, gradually build that lead throughout the game, and was really happy with how we played defensively especially.
Absolutely. This was a tough game here tonight. We all knew that coming in. But how did it feel to get a win over Braham coming back on the home court?
Well, this is only our second home game and of the year, and we've got a bunch of home games coming up, which we're excited about. And, big conference game as far as both of us not having any losses before the game here. And so, our kids were ready to go. It's a rival we're 20 miles away or less and whatever. And so, no, it's a lot of fun. And, we're looking forward to playing them one more time over there.
Absolutely. And you guys got into a little bit of foul trouble here late in this second half. What was the message to the girls to just kind of make sure that they stay calm and stay ready?
Well, our message is always we got to play great defense without fouling. So we certainly were not moving our feet well enough. And, we really practice on, going straight up and bodying up and trying to keep them out of the lane. And tonight we got a little bit lazy, I think, as far as footwork goes. But, overall, the performance defensively was pretty good. I think, they ended up getting some points from the free throw line in the second half, but buckets were pretty hard to come by with the way we were playing defense tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk about the unselfish play of this team. We've seen many times here tonight the passing was just great, and it didn't matter who was going to the bucket.
Right. And, we can have somebody can have an off night, and other people are going to pick it up. But we got LSL has just come on here lately. She's been, scoring 15-plus points and hitting a bunch of threes for us, which really opens up the middle. If she hits threes like that, we are very tough to guard with our 3 bigs. And so, all 4 of those kids have been in double figures here most of the last couple of weeks. And, we think we're kind of starting to gel a little bit. And it's we've had that tough schedule. And, it's really paying off because – we've seen the best, and now it's time to kids know what level that is, so we got to keep working to get to that level.
Absolutely, and you'll have another game here on Thursday against another conference opponent in Rush City. Talk about that game a little bit.
Rush City, they always play a physical style. They've got a couple talented players, definitely. We had the upper hand on the first time, but second time around, they'll make some adjustments, and we're going to have to, look at the tape and make sure that we're ready to go and taking away their strengths. And, you never know when the two teams get together. That's why you play the games, and so we're looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll have another nice crowd on Thursday.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thanks so much for joining me here tonight. Congrats on the win, and good luck on Thursday.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
That, again, was head coach Ted Haas, and thank you so much to him for joining me. And, again, the Dragons with a great win here this evening. Again, they stay now undefeated in the conference. I believe at 6-0 now. And, again, you talk about the players just playing so well and unselfish. Again, 4 players in double digits. Lind and Sell led the team with 17 points. That's unofficially, of course. Jusak with 14, and then 11 for Sophie Lottie. A double-double for Jusak with 14 points and 11 rebounds. Again, all this is unofficial, so take it with a little grain of salt. I'm sure Haas will update the stats later on, but those are unofficial stats. And then after those 4, you had Piper Metling with 5, and Summer Thiemann scored 2 late in the second half as well. So just a great performance here overall by the Pine City Dragons. Again, unselfish play, and you heard Coach Haas, how he said it. When one player is not getting it going, when they're just off just a little bit, the others step up and make it happen. And we've seen that tonight. Sophie Lottie didn't really get it going there in that first half, only 4 points in that first half, but you've seen LSL, Carly Jusak, Chloe Lynn step up in that first half. Jusak with 11 points in that first half, and Lynn with 9. That just goes to show you they're able to pick up when one of their teammates is kind of just off a little bit, when they're just not getting in rhythm on the night. And they did such a great job of that, picking each other up. And you heard Coach Haas use the word mesh, and I think that's something that I think we don't talk about sometimes enough, is because these teams come out here at the beginning of the season. It may be the same starting 5. It may be a completely different one. But meshing is a huge part of basketball, because it's communication, it's knowing your teammates' tendencies, it's knowing what your teammates want based on a look or based on what they're not or their hand or whatever it is. It's meshing, and I think we've seen it not only with the boys basketball team like we've talked about before, but this girls team is continuing to get better and better and better. And again, we see here tonight they get the victory over Braham, a tough Braham team who came into this game 13-1. And Pine City was able to give them their second loss on the season. I think teams or people a lot of times think, well, they're in different classes, it should be an easy one. Well, that's not the case a lot of the time. Most of the time it's not, because it doesn't matter what class you're in. These teams just do such a great job of battling here. And it was another good one here this evening with Pine City getting the victory. 66-42. In Braham, the Pine City boys won 84-58. Thanks so much to Adam Hefty for letting me know over there how that one's going and keeping me updated on that game. So again, the Dragons win both here tonight over Braham. The girls beat Braham 66-42, and the boys Dragons team beat Braham 84-58. Again, on the other side for the Braham Bombers, don't want to forget about them, because they'll come back and look at this one as probably having an off night, but they still had a pretty darn good night nonetheless. As again, they got things going, but it just seemed like they were just a little bit off. And their defense played so well. They got the rebounds that they needed, and they made plays. They made the Dragons into a little bit of foul trouble, but just unable to kind of put together consecutive points on possessions. But leading the way for them was Madison Davis with 13-10 for Julia Kunke, then 6 for both Morgan Rysdam and Emily Davis. Then you had 4 for Sunny Lilly, 1 for Alex Rysdam and Nicole Duvernay. Leading the way rebound-wise was Nicole Duvernay. Again, she was such a tough player inside, so hard to get around her. Again, she just moves so well, knows where to be, positions herself so well that she just knows where to be at all times. She had 8, 6 for Emily Davis, and 5 for Madison Davis. Again, these are unofficial. They had 10 total team fouls in this entire game, 4 in the first, 6 in the half. They did have a block from Morgan Rysdam, and 7 total steals in the game. So for these two teams, again, you heard Coach Haas say it, they will meet up again over in Braham, and that should be a fun one as well, as we take a look at both of these teams' upcoming schedules here after tonight. Of course, for Braham, They will go on the road on Thursday. They'll stay on the road. They'll go to Hinckley-Finlayson Thursday before next week. They'll return home next week as they'll only have 2 games, kind of spread out too. They'll play on Monday at home against Little Falls. That should be a tough one. And then they'll play at home on Friday against Ogilvie. That should be another tough one. But it's 2 that I think that Braham looks at and goes, hey, we have to win these. And then they get a nice home stretch, of 5 games. I told you about Little Falls and Ogilvie. Then the week after that, it's 3 games that week, the February 7th, 9th, and 10th. 7th at home against Pine City. Then the 9th at home against East Central. And the 10th at home against Mountain Iron Buell. On the other side, as we look at schedules for the Pine City Dragons, after tonight, they will be home on Thursday against Rush City. That should be a fun one here. Pine City got the best of them the first time, but you heard Coach Haas say it. Sometimes it's that second game. You just never know sometimes. After that, that'll end their week of play before they go back on the road on Monday to St. Francis. That's rescheduled from before Christmas when we had a snowstorm, so that one got rescheduled. And then after that, they come back home again January 31st and Friday, February 3rd to take on East Central and the Mille Lacs Raiders. So after that, it looks pretty fun because they end the season with 4 straight home games, and you can bet we will be out there for those games. Coming up on the broadcast schedule for WCMP, we will be back out on Thursday. We'll be all over. We'll be back here in Pine City to see the Pine City Dragons taking on Rush City, and then we will be also on 95.5 for Mora versus Zimmerman boys basketball. And then on Friday, we will have Rush City versus Pine City boys basketball on 106.5. On 100.9, we'll have Braham boys versus Hinckley, and then on 95.5, we will have Mora versus Little Falls. So that is all coming up your way this week on the broadcast schedule. I want to thank all of you for tuning in, whether you tuned in on the radio. Thanks so much for tuning in. Or maybe you tuned in on our YouTube via our website, WCMPradio.com. If you did watch it on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, WCMP Sports 5. That way you are notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. So if you're on YouTube right now, go click that little red button that you see, and that's subscribe. That way you get notified anytime that we go live with a local sporting event, and you don't miss out on any of them. Thank all of you for tuning in. Again, if you don't tune in, we don't have any reason to come out here and broadcast these games. Of course, want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors, because if they don't sponsor this broadcast, well, then we're not able to come out and call these games for you. So thank you so much to you and all of our fine sponsors here for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Again, the Dragons get the victory here tonight over their rival, Great River Conference rival, Braham Bombers, 66-42. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could really make their day. Don't forget also tune into the morning shows on KBK and WCMP on KBK 95.5 with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. That's when you can hear your local sports updates. You can hear updates from around the local listening area. Also on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. You hear an update from tonight's game. You'll hear the final score if you didn't catch it, or if somebody you know didn't catch it, they can catch it at 7:45 and 8:45 on WCMP right on this channel, 100.9 FM. They can catch that. And again, thank you to all of you tuned in. Thank you so much to all the fine sponsors. The final, once again, Pine City 66, Braham 42. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night.